happy bank holiday, and I hope you enjoy the 4-day weekend. I've got this afternoon free, so I decided I'd have a play with the Wisteria Wishes Stamplet set, which is in the annual catalogue on page 92. And if you look at these stamps here, you can turn them the other way around. They can be a really good set of Christmas trees as well. So good to have a stamp set you can use all year round. So I'm going to show you how to do this card here using the Stamparatus. So before I start, this is the stamp set, which is really, really lovely. I think it's a distinctive stamp set, as you'll see. And these are the dies, and they're really lovely dies, and they make wonderful cards as well. So I'm going to put the dies away and the stamp set, and I have actually got the stamps already on the Stamparatus. So I've got my piece of 5 1/4 by 3 1/2 basic white cardstock, and you can see I've already pulled this stamp down earlier. So I'm just going to put this card out of the way so it doesn't get ink on it. And I've got the Stamparatus lined up so that the top plate is coming straight down to cover the whole area. And I'll just check I've got this in the right place. So you want it so that the stem on the right hand side is near the edge of the cardstock. So I'm also going to use a technique where you use markers to build up the colours. So I've got an assortment of greens here and purples. You'll understand what I'm saying as I get going. So I'm going to start off with Pear Pizzazz, and I just ink up. So this is going to be using the Hinge technique. So I just first of all stamp that down, and then I found Old Olive is good. So if I just move this so you can see what I'm doing, and I'm just going to ink with my Old Olive randomly over the stamp, and then put it back in position so you can see, and then you'll see it adds more definition to the leaves and adds a bit more interest. So I'm just going to move my plate. So it was there, and I pull it up at 90 degrees and just move it one step over. And this is called hinge step stamping. So once again, I'm going to ink up the stamp and stamp it. And then I'm going to take my Old Olive marker and just randomly go across and then stamp it again. And then move once again. Probably I'll do this 3 or 4 times. Stamp, ink up with my marker, and stamp again, and I'm just going to do it one more time. And then just do with my marker randomly, and obviously you could use darker colours if you wanted to. So then I'm going to clean off the stamp. And I've got the Wisteria flower stamp already on my other plate here. So I'm going to take this one off, put the leaves here, so I've got them for another card, and then put the Wisteria at the top and do the same thing, hinge step stamping with the Wisteria. So if I take this and put it on the first 3 here, and this time I'm going to put my Pear Pizzazz away, and I'm going to use Highland Heather. And then I'm going to use my Stampin' Write markers. So I'm going to pick the stamp up first of all, like that. Highland Heather to do the main colour, because that's the lightest colour. And then I'm going to take Gorgeous Grape, and I'm going to take Blackberry Bliss, but I could use Rich Raspberry as well if I wanted to. You can see how that's just one colour. So it'll get a bit more dimension as I add on some Gorgeous Grape. And then I'm going to add on a little bit of Blackberry Bliss as well. And if you just see, I'm just doing it at random, like that. Okay, so let's just put that down. And the lovely thing about this is you can actually control the colour, so I want a little bit more there. And there we go. Okay, so I'm going to move it one step over, and I'm going to take the Gorgeous Grape. Sorry, the Highland Heather first, ink it up, because what I wanted is to have a whole row of flowers, because when you see wisteria on an archway or at the edge of a house, usually you have a whole load of them, a bit like laburnum, all together in a cluster. So that's what I wanted. My son's fiance, who's a horticulturalist, as is he, just was staying last night and brought back a book about wisteria. Amazingly, a whole book about wisteria. And it was lovely seeing all the wisteria in clusters. And did you know you can get white wisteria and pink wisteria? And you can get white and purple, a combination, which is amazing. So I always thought it was purple. I love the fragrance of wisteria. I think it's absolutely wonderful. So now I'm going to just put on, oh, I did that straight as gorgeous grape, and now I'm going to put the blackberry bliss on. So you have to be careful with this one because the edge of the cardstock means you get a line. I don't know if you can see it there. There's a line on the stamp. So you have to be careful to make sure you ink it up each time so you don't get that line. Now, I like that in a cluster. If I wanted to, I could fill in this one and this one, but I think that I'll actually probably just leave it like that. So I'm going to clean off the stamp so it doesn't make a mess everywhere. And then I choose a sentiment. And this stamp is amazing. On the original card that I did, I put hang in there even when you don't understand. This time I'm going to put faith is about trusting. So I will just use a block for this, although obviously I could use the Stamparatus. So I'm just going to get my gorgeous grape, which is up here. And I'm going to do faith is about trusting. And just do that in the corner there. And then if I was going to put it together, I would just do it like the card that I did. This one I've actually put on gorgeous grape and then on Highland heather. So that would go on like that, and it would say faith is about trusting instead of hang in there even when you don't understand. So I might try another one next time with mossy meadow at the top, or perhaps even soft sea foam. And I could even try one with orchid oasis to give a different sort of colour. So there you go. That's a very simple card, very easy to do with the Wisteria Wishes stamp set, and I really enjoyed using it. So I hope you enjoy the rest of your bank holiday weekend, and I'll see you soon. Bye.